The U.S. holidays keeps us from playing games, but we did complete some. Reviews of Papers, Please, Catgirl Without Salad, and Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn are in. The Steam sale hit, so how bad did it kill your wallet? Xbox One has a massive sale going on. All this and more coming up in Episode 9
The
of...
Pile of Shame.
Gamers of all kinds, we know the struggle, that overwhelming pile of games to still beat. Conquer the pile, don't quit. Today is July 7th, 2016. My name is Rob, and I'm your host for the support group. I go by Chai Tea out there in the gamer world, and with me tonight to help encourage you to keep up the fight against that growing pile are my co-hosts. All right, going first to Pete, who have had a whole bunch of technical issues tonight, so hopefully he's still actually here.
Hi, yes, you can just call me Glitch tonight or something.
Hi, Glitch.
I don't know. It was fun.
Oh, wow. All right. Going on to our next co-host, returning from last episode because he got such rave reviews. Totemly Drunk. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great now that we have seemed to work out some of the kinks going on, so...
Yes,
let's just fingers crossed.
What a nice way to put it.
Yes.
Oh, I'm all about the kinks tonight.
All right. Well, I know that our piles have all got a little bit bigger, so let's keep us going and figure out what's stopping us from actually getting through that pile.
Zug Zug, work complete.
That's not the right sounder.
Not moving!
Yes, cart is not moving at all. Pete, what is keeping you from your pile?
Oh my gosh, well, you hear it every week. It winds up being work for me. I'm sorry, it's getting boring. But just to spice it up, we also had holiday parties and junk like that going on, so I've hardly been around over the last week. It's just been a bit
any update
ridiculous.
on your condo saga?
No, sadly, it's no offers yet. We'll see. I'm still excited for that particular story to come to an end.
Yeah, listeners, I told you, it's like contact Pete. He'll happily sell you a condo.
Yes, well, it's
not oceanfront property, but it's fairly close.
Yes, please let me know if you want to buy it. Please buy it.
So for me, work obviously, but holidays, the 4th of July holidays are always big, so we went to a housewarming party with a couple of friends. I got a new apartment, so it was fun. Played a lot of board games. School is coming up to the end of the semester, so had to do a 6-page term paper on IP version 6. That was fun.
All right, and why nobody's using it yet.
Exactly, that's exactly it. Like doom and gloom, IPv4 all over, but no one goes to IPv6. Yeah,
it's a beautiful dream,
right? And then Overwatch, and I imagine Totemly we'll be talking about this a little bit.
Oh boy.
So we'll kind of skip Overwatch, set that aside for just a little bit. Besides Overwatch, what's been keeping you from your pile, Totem?
All right, well, obviously, we had July 4th, and since I work in a produce department, it's our busiest time of the year because it is a produce holiday, and yeah, work was just hectic. I've also been busy planning my BlizzCon trip, which I am already booked our house through Airbnb.
Nice. As long as it doesn't get shut down.
I decided that, well, yeah, this is going to be the last year for that. Since it's an 18-month period. But yeah, I decided the week after I am going to Vegas. So I'm going to have 2 weeks of vacation in November. So I'm super excited about that. And, we were talking a little bit about this before the show, but Pokemon Go just came out. And I've been playing that. Playing that a lot. You can't tell what the servers are down.
You can't actually play it, but it's out, I guess.
I mean, it was out for like 8 hours when I was at work, and I caught, a good amount of Pokemon, but, the afternoon and this evening, it's been not going so well.
Pokemon Go is been a complete mess. It's like, I don't understand how this team could not expect the hype, but I guess I guess it's the same thing. Blizzard games come out, they all crash and burn the first day. Any major release will crash and burn the first day. So I'll give it another like 48 hours to smooth out. But if I keep catching rare Pokemon and then it just like sits there with the ball on the screen for half an hour and not actually catch it, I may rage uninstall the game.
Yeah, same with it eating all of your items.
Yes.
When you're trying to push through everything too during that downtime. Yeah, it's not been a good day for that.
Yeah, no bueno. Have you picked that up at all, Pete?
No, I have not. I've just been sort of basking and everyone else weeping about the fact that it's like inability to access things and it's not working right.
Yeah,
It's,
like
Your game. Take my fake money.
I don't know if your Twitter feeds are the same, but like 90% of mine right now are Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
great.
Gaming community. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
See how long that goes for. Is it? I mean, have you enjoyed what you've played of it so far? Well,
Yeah,
if
I
you
mean,
played it.
I played it. I've gotten probably about 4 or 5 hours in, but I've had probably more downtime than actual playtime. So
Yeah.
All right.
It's
yeah, we just need more stability with the server.
And I don't know how much the gameplay is actually going to keep me. There's not much in terms of actually Pokemon. It's like it's collecting Pokemon. That's about it. Because the battles, there's gym battles that you can do, but I tried some of those today. It is swipe to the right to dodge and hopefully dodge, even though it gives you no indication of how well you're doing that or when to do it. And then press to attack and then hold for a massive attack. But that's about it. Like there's the elements thing. Like if you take opposing elements, you'll get it's not very effective or it's super effective. But it's not like that turn-based Pokemon that everyone's familiar with. And evolving is just catching a whole bunch of the same one and turning him in for candy to evolve your dude. So.
Okay.
It's mainly just an excuse to get out and walk and exercise, which I'm all about.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like an augmented reality thing.
It's made
right,
by
where
the
you go
developers of Ingress, so it's the same game
okay.
pretty much.
All right, just with Pokemon.
It's just with Pokemon. Yep. Pretty much.
All right.
Oh, all right. Well, let's move on to our Overwatch discussion here because this will always come up.
I haven't talked about it enough this week, so we gotta add on to it.
So, competitive play came out, and it has been, I think the proper term is cluster F.
That bad?
There's a lot of words that you can call it, like broken, unrewarding.
Frustrating, annoying, and
See, I'm
sometimes
still-
fun.
Is it? All right. I thought it would be fun more often than not, but I'm still really low level, so it's just a dream for me.
The gameplay is still fun. Like I enjoy actually playing the game, but at the end of the game, it doesn't feel rewarding at all. So some of the major issues that have come up is what happens if you win a game is you go up in points. If you lose a game, you go down in points, and you hit certain levels. It's just leveling up. And that's basically all there is. You will get extra bonus points depending on how well you do in a match, and so that favors people that are DPS because they have more medals they can get, damage done, objective kills, kills, stuff like that. And there's only one medal for healers. And if you play as Mercy and all you do is heal, you're going to get 1 gold medal, maybe, if there's not another healer on your team. So that's about it. Like, that's not very good. You want to have healers and support people be incented to play, whereas right now they're not incented to play. There was a bug out there for a while where the control point matches, like Nepal and Ilios, weren't rewarding hardly at all. Like, we did a 3-point sweep and just destroyed them, and we got like 10% of a level. It was fantastic.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, not to mention there is a issue with people leaving mid-match.
Yes. Oh my god.
And because of that, no matter, like, even if you win, you're only getting a fraction of the points towards that win.
Oh man. But they said they're patching that, right?
Yeah, they're looking at getting it fixed, but the fact that if someone leaves, you're getting punished for it, it doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, that's definitely not a real appealing thought.
Yeah, and then the other big thing is, like, let's say you go on a win streak here. Let's say you win 4 or 5 matches in a row. yeah, you'll gain points, but as soon as you lose one game, you pretty much lose all of that rating that you just got from that win streak.
Oh, it's that heavily
it's-
weighted in the negative?
Yeah, it's that bad. So basically, even if you have like a 70% win rate, you're not gaining any ground with the rating system right now.
Yeah. And
Wow.
the problem with the leaving also is there's no real good way around that because you're going to have people that will game it. So if you're losing, like let's say the fair thing to do would be like if you win, you still get the most amount of wins. You shouldn't be penalized for someone else on the other team leaving. And so let's say you still get all your win points, but then the lose team, they shouldn't be penalized because some asshat left the game. But so maybe reduce the points that get taken away for a loss. But then if you have a team of 6 people, one person will always just kind of lose the game, take the hit for the team, and swap it around so less points are getting lost overall. So you're always going to have some way to game it. So it's the only way I can think of doing is that if you are the one who leaves, you lose like 4 ranks or something stupid like that. But then if you get a network connection issue, like what happens in Overwatch a lot,
Yeah.
then
Especially to me, get kicked to login.
right.
Oh, man.
So yeah, if that happened to me and I lost 4 levels, oh man.
Okay.
Yeah, and here's another thing too. Like, the better you do, the more likely someone is to leave on the opposite side. And there are situations where you get kicked off of the server and then can't reconnect. Like, I've had times where I could rejoin a match, but then I've also had times where it kicks me out of the group entirely, and there's no way for me to get back in there because the match is already happening.
Yeah, I'm not envious of Blizzard at all for this.
Yeah, and just in terms of people leaving the game, like right now, there's really no stern penalty for leaving a match.
No. It's like if you leave, like I think you get a similar to how World of Warcraft does it, you can't re-queue for a while if you're the one that leaves. But then everyone else on the team can leave without penalty. So
All right.
yeah, but
I guess
I've had
I'll be.
a number of games that have ended poorly because of somebody leaving.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm kind of curious because Team Fortress 2 just introduced a ranked mode as well, right?
Yeah, a little bit of Me Too going on here.
So I'm sort of curious how they. I haven't read many details about
No,
that
me
one, but
either.
I'm curious how they deal with some of this stuff because obviously they seem like they're going for the same general thing.
Yeah.
Really, the first thing that comes to mind for me in terms of TF2 ranked is too little, too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely true enough. I think did they add some new game modes to this one as well? I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't
I'm not
looked
sure
too much
how
into
many.
it because with Overwatch coming out, as long as they keep doing it right, in my opinion, right means what TF2 was when it came out is similar to what Overwatch is now. You have the set of classes. Each class has a weapon, and when you look at the silhouette down the road and you see a sniper, you know what that sniper is going to be able to do. Now in TF2, so many years later, that could be a bow sniper, that could be a gun sniper, that could be one of the weird ass gun, he could be shooting piss on you. It's like you don't know what the F that sniper is going to do. If Overwatch ever goes down that road where you get weapons that completely alter the class, I'm out. I'm done. So
I think I saw. So there's some theories about a character coming down the road, right? For Overwatch,
yes.
a new sniper.
There are hints.
Support sniper.
Yeah, support sniper. What was the name of it? Sombra.
Umbra.
Yeah.
And
They're giving more details about her at the San Diego Comic-Con.
which is in
So there's a very good chance that the hero drops either right before then or right after.
Yep. Because it does say about the newest hero. So they're going to at least announce it. I don't know if it will be available. They may not put it available until after the season is over. But this season is so broken anyways. They might as well.
Just throw it all in there. Come on.
Ah.
Oh, As long as she doesn't have a piss gun, apparently.
Yes, as long as she
Then
doesn't have a
Rob's
piss
out.
gun, then I'm
Yeah.
out. Yep. Yep. All right.
I will say this though, like with all the snipers out there, maybe some of them will actually play support rather than picking 3 Hanzos.
Oh god, that would be lovely.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
fun times.
I can see a number of different abilities that would be fantastic for a sniper like that. Like, have you ever played Killing Floor or Killing Floor 2, Totemly?
Yep.
So the medic has a medic gun that they can either walk up and hit somebody and heal them directly, or they can shoot them from far away to heal them up. And I think that has a lot of really good ramifications for it. It doesn't replace Mercy because Mercy has the res and has the damage boost and everything like that, and has that whole flying around thing. But
Yes.
Being out of the line of fire, out of direct line of fire, is really, really helpful for support. So I could see myself playing that a lot.
Should be interesting for sure.
All right, well let's chip away at the pile a little bit as it gets even bigger and bigger. I beat 2 games.
That's just unfair. You need to
Right.
slow down.
So the first one was several months, if not a year, in the making. Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. And
I didn't even know it had an end.
Right, some of you are going to say, that's an MMO, that doesn't count. You can't do it. This has a main storyline and it has credits, damn it. I'm counting it.
I think that's fair.
Yes. All right, so this, if you're not familiar with Final Fantasy, I don't know who you are. I don't think I want to know you. If you're a listener to the podcast, I would love to get to know you.
That was very convincing.
Yes. So Final Fantasy is, everybody should know this, but Final Fantasy XIV is one of the MMO versions of Final Fantasy, and it's very similar to Final Fantasy XI. It's got the same races in there, but it's technically a different world, so they've got slightly different names. But I still always call them the Final Fantasy XI names because that's what I played for a long time. So it's not Mikote, it's Mithra. Screw it. So you pick a race, and then you pick a job. But the interesting thing about the job system of Final Fantasy XIV is that when you change your weapon, like let's say I've got I play a monk, so I've got fist weapons. If I pick up a polearm, suddenly I am a dragoon. But you start at level 1 with the dragoon, so you have to level that up. I guess it's it's not dragoon because there's like advanced jobs. I forget what it's called. Lancer, I think it's called. And then at level 30, you can upgrade and get to an advanced class. Like Pugilist goes to Monk, and Lancer goes to Dragoon. The job system is very in depth, so you can level up all these different classes individually. There's a catch-up mechanic, so if you're like level 50 with your Monk, and you pick up a level 1 Lancer, then you get a lot more XP. It's much improved for Final Fantasy XI because you can actually do things solo instead of like Final Fantasy XI. For any of the guys who didn't play that, you would get together with a group of 5 people. So you'd spend 2 hours just getting a group, and then you'd walk out to a spot, and you would sit in that spot, and someone would go and grab a mob and bring him back to your group. You would pound on the mob until it died, and then you'd run out and grab another mob and bring it back, pound it till it died, and eventually you would level up.
So yeah, it's a compelling gameplay loop.
And then you find another spot with a higher level monster, and you rinse, lather, repeat. So,
that sounds pretty excellent.
yeah.
Why? So 14 is different.
14
though.
is very different.
Oh,
So
this version of 14 is not when the 14 first launched, and it was an abomination.
yes, the first of
It was
14
so
was
bad.
terrible. I never bothered playing that because we had a friend who bit the bullet and tried it.
Oh, well, you're one of the lucky ones.
Yeah, he was like, don't touch this game at all. But when A Realm Reborn came out, got rave reviews, got a number of subscribers. It became the second most popular MMO out there, and subscription based anyways. So the first thing you notice is the graphics are absolutely beautiful. It's a fantastic looking game. Now, how you level up is you have a whole bunch of different options taken from World of Warcraft. So you can go and do questing. You can do fates, which are actually taken from Rift. And
Dynamic events.
Right. So events will just kind of pop up on the map, and it'll tell you what level it is, and you run over to that, and you take part, and a whole bunch of people can group together and do this, but you don't even have to group. You just show up and assist each other, and everybody gets credit. That's usually the fastest way to level up, really. But and then there's the other things that I never do. But it's kind of like a mix between fates and quests. Like you get a quest to go out to an area and activate a quest to do. And I forget what it's called, but it's boring and terrible and don't waste your time. Just do fates. And then there's the main storyline quest. And the main storyline quest takes you all the way through. And here's where I have cons about the game. So if you play as a group, like I was playing with my partner, and her and I would be playing together, and we'd be doing the main storyline quest, everything would be good, and then we get to the section of the main storyline quest where it's like, okay, you're going to do an encounter, and we're like, sweet, let's do the encounter together, and it's like, you can't do that. Wait, what? No, you have to do that by yourself. Did you forget what the second M was? Guys?
Stands for by myself, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Wait.
It's just like a solo instance, essentially.
Yeah, massively myself online game. Yes.
Yeah, right.
So you get through and you start and you do that, and then you have to wait for your partner to finish theirs. And if they're not that great at the game or need to level up a little bit more, then you're saying they're just with your thumb up your butt waiting for them to finish. So that's not good. Additionally, at level 20 or so, you get a chocobo, and an interesting portion is that you can get it to have armor and act as a healer or a tanker or DPS in your party. So it's a way for you to boost up your party, make things a little bit easier. And that's fine until you decide you want to queue for a dungeon, and then it says you can't queue for a dungeon when you have your chocobo in your party. What? Okay. So I'll just waste my resources that I used to summon it. So I'll put that away. And then I've got to quest without the help that I've been counting on. Fantastic. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, I'm out of the dungeon. Sweet. So let me go ahead and get my chocobo out. Oh, I need to go to the next area. So I'm going to hop onto a chocobo flight point. It's not really flight, but it's the same aspect. It's a taxi, I guess. So I'm going to hop on the taxi. And it says, you can't do that with your chocobo out. Okay, I'll put that away. Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of these little annoying things. These are severe annoyances that really should have been patched out by now. They're nearing their second expansion, and these problems from the very launch of the game are still there. Stop it.
Did they change the chocobo name to Nokobo maybe in this one? You're just calling it by the old name?
Yes,
I don't know.
So the storyline, the main storyline was okay. It wasn't riveting. It didn't like, oh my god, I need to see what happens next. But it's a Final Fantasy thing. Bad things are coming to destroy the Earth. Okay, I'm going to stop it because I'm awesome. And
so you can't be a bad guy. You got to be a good guy.
No, yeah, you have to be. I was thinking about that. It's like it takes the role-playing aspect of it away. It's like you role-play a good guy with various classes that you can do it as. That's about it. There's no real. You can't really be a bad guy.
Well, you can if you party up with other people and then sabotage.
Right. I guess there is that. You can do that.
You just got to get really into the role-playing part of it.
So I think I would have been fine with this game since you have to do a majority of it solo anyways. I would have been fine paying a $50, $50, $60 for the game and playing it. But as you had to pay significantly more because it's a monthly subscription, if this isn't your solitary game, I would suggest not picking it up. At least for the story. If you're there to do raids and you're there to do other stuff with groups and friends, cool, go for it. But if you're playing it just for the story to see how it is, dedicate some time to it. Get through the story, get done with it, and stop paying for it because you're paying $12 to $15 a month for it, which is not worth it. So I'm working my way through the expansion content now. We're probably going to drop our subscription when Warcraft Legion comes out, because paying for 2 MMOs at the same time doesn't really make much sense. All right, so final score. I give this a 3 out of 5 Nokobos.
Well, right.
I just want to add on to that. For those that haven't played Final Fantasy XIV, Realm Reborn, or Heavensward, there is a lot of fan service for Final Fantasy fans in there.
Yes.
So if you're into that sort of thing and a lot of nods to the original series, it is definitely worth checking out.
Yes, if you're a fan of Final Fantasy, it's an MMO worth checking out for sure.
So it has like lore sort of stuff baked in there that's, I guess, if you know the world, it means something.
The thing about Final Fantasy is that every single game is a different world. There's been a few exceptions where they come out with multiple games that are in the same world.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's completely different worlds. But you always have these kind of things that make a Final Fantasy game Final Fantasy. You have chocobos, you have cactars, you have
ridiculous hair.
You have ridiculous hair and crazy weapons. You've got Sid. And
oh yes,
there's a Sid in there, and there's airships. So it's a Final Fantasy game. You're gonna
There's a lot, and plus the armor detail and artwork in the game is phenomenal.
Yes,
the screenshots are just beautiful.
Mm-hmm. The animations are really great. The transmogrification system is fantastic. It's got dyes, so you can look as cool or as goofy as you want to.
Great.
The pets and the mounts look fantastic. So it's a great game. It's a good game. If you're playing it as an MMO, just expect there's going to be, as you're leveling up, there are going to be a lot of annoyances in the way. If you're playing grouped with people, if you're soloing leveling up, it shouldn't be too bad. But then once you get to the end, you're going to need a group to do all the other cool, fun stuff. So
it cracks me up. My gosh, a solo MMO.
Right. Just a complete departure from what Final Fantasy XI was, which is weird. All right, on to the next game. Actually, we'll pass it off to UP. We'll bounce it back and forth. We'll make a.
Oh no! You just want to
jump in ahead. You're gonna throw him off.
Yes.
I'm totally confused. You just want to wait for your contentious result for your game. I think.
People very angry with me on this.
Yeah, so I did beat a game. I'll put that in air quotes. You can't see it because technical difficulties, but I beat a game called Cat Girl Without Salad, and I guess you would be forgiven for not knowing what that is, because I had no idea what it was until I got it for free accidentally. So I'm a member of that Humble Monthly, so you get a bunch of games every month, including at least one or two of these Humble Originals. And I guess in one of the last couple of months, there was this came through. Apparently, it started life as an April Fool's Day joke by Way Forward, the people who did other more reputable games like Double Dragon, Neon, and Shantae, I think. But yeah, they had put together a picture of this game with just every kind of game mechanic you can imagine. It looked like a shmup sort of thing. And so then they decided, we'll turn that into a real game. So
I just watched we just showed the trailer for this, and what the hell?
Yeah, that's, if you basically, it's 3 levels long, and that was basically what I said the entire time. Well, you can see it's a side-scrolling shooter, right? So it's
sometimes it looked like a RPG, like a classic RPG system. It's like
so there you go. The quirk is the weapons. So obviously you've got these big, colorful characters and everything, and you're flying along as this cat girl who doesn't like salad. So there are like salad and meat health drops in the game. And if you get a salad, it hurts you, but meat and donuts and stuff, those heal you.
You know what to say, you don't make friends with salad.
Apparently not. So that's of course the without salad part. And then the mechanic is there are different weapons. I think there might be 5 different types. And every one you pick up is, like, of course, shamelessly a mechanic ripped from another game, right? So they have one that's like... what's the puzzle bobble sort of? What is the one where you shoot the colored balls, and like it's a match 3 thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I have no idea what it's
I
called.
can't think. Is it Puzzle Bobble? What the heck is it called?
Bubble
That's
Ball?
It's a
gonna
lot of
bug me.
match 3 games.
Well, this was been around for a long time, right? Where it was, yeah, you like, yeah. Anyway, you aim an arrow, you shoot a colored ball out, and you try and
Like
match up 3 of
Zuma
them.
or Peggle are like the main 2 that come to mind.
Okay, well there's a very specific one. It's aping in this case, and I'll have to look it up in a minute. But so that's one of the guns that you get in the game is that thing. It shoots a ball that hits an enemy and does damage. But if you match up 3 of the same color, it blows up everything on the screen. There's another one called the platforming weapon that basically you shoot out a little not Mega Man, and he runs across the screen, and every time you press a button, he jumps. And yeah, you try and land him on enemies' heads, and that kills them real quick. But if you just kind of run him into an enemy, he does very little.
It looks like they had a Pac-Man thing that came out too.
Yes, there's a Pac-Man that you can control. So it's up, down, left, right with the arrow pad. So you fire 1, and then you drive it around until it goes away. There's a DDR one, and that was, oh god, that was so hard to use because the arrows come from right to left, and you have to hit it to the beat to actually shoot. It's so hard getting that during a boss or something. And then what is there? There's one more. Oh, there's the RPG one that you saw. So in that case, it gives you a little menu that's like attack, flee, magic, and then was that all of them, or was there a defend? I'd have to look. But yeah, magic chucks out a little vial of something that blows up. Attack makes you like fly forward, and you do the Final Fantasy kind of thing with the giant sword. I definitely screwed that up the very first time I did it.
I'm watching the puzzle gun play right now, and so if you actually do the match 3, it blows up everything on the screen.
Yes, yeah. So it's very. I mean, it was pretty entertaining getting all those things for the first time because you're like, what the heck is this? On the downside, so it's pretty entertaining in that respect. It's obviously big and colorful. The kind of the voice acting seemed decent, but most of the jokes were a bit, I don't know, they missed the mark for me. It was a bit ridiculous, but not in the way that I was looking for, I guess. It is bizarre. Trying to think what. Yeah, there were just the 3 levels in it as well. And then, unfortunately, even though you get all those cool weapons, you spend most of your time in like boss fights or whatever. And I found myself with the pea shooter most of the time because when you get hit,
you lose your weapon.
You lose your weapon. So that was kind of a bummer. I mean, there's all those cool weapons, and then you basically turn it into a generic shooter. But after you beat it, you unlock a mode where you can actually rotate through the weapons. So I think that would probably be more fun to play. I haven't tried it yet, but yeah. So I don't know. It is bizarre. I would, if you get a chance, I'd recommend trying it. It's short, sweet, but it's not the greatest game. So I mean, I'd put this at about 3 out of 5 game mechanics. It's worth it if you get a chance, but and maybe it's up your alley humor-wise and all that. Certainly, the enemy names are hilarious when you have time to actually read them and stuff.
When you're not like trying to use your RPG gun to take stuff out. Yeah.
Exactly.
They basically tried to Dr. Frankenstein a game, essentially, and just combine all these different elements from different genres.
Exactly, yeah. And it was all because if you look it up, they did an April Fool's Day joke where there's a screenshot of this quote-unquote game, and it's just this nightmare-scape of all these mechanics happening, and yeah, they just went ahead and made that a reality.
All right.
Oh, bust a move. That's the one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Now
So
it's not satisfied.
we've got 2, 3 out of 5. So let's move on and get a different score from another game.
A perfect 5, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure it'll be a
Definitely.
Let's talk about Papers, please. So, okay. So this game has a retro look to it. You're tasked with checking the papers of people that want to enter the country. And you have to check it and see if they're valid or counterfeit. And there's a lot of people who try to counterfeit. And
There are.
every day they give you a new rule to do. And so it gets more and more complex as you go along. And eventually I'm sitting there staring at this passport and entry permit and work permit and visitor card and whatever for like 5 minutes. I'm like, there's got to be something wrong with this. I can't find anything. All right, approved. And they go in, and then you get a lovely MOA violation because you missed something. And I cussed so hard at this game. All right, so
Yeah, that's how it goes. It's like real life. Take my money. This sounds like exactly what I want.
yeah, so pros. I guess some of the story hooks. There are story hooks that come through in the game to make it more than just checking papers. Some of those are maybe interesting, possibly. So there's your pro. Cons. The gameplay is super annoying. You get a feel of hopelessness. The gameplay is really boring. You get a sense of existential dread. The gameplay is fucking terrible.
So why didn't you put that in the con or in the pros? Yeah.
All right, score. We'll give this a score. 0 out of 5.
Oh no.
Wow.
0 out of 5.
Shredded
snaps.
goose egg.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the first in the storied history of the podcast.
That's the please resend back to the sender there.
Yes, return to sender. Oh.
The sender.
This is interesting because I'm gonna have to play through it all now. What I played of it, because I don't know, Totem, have you played any of this?
If not, I know people that have played through it and thought it was just okay. Just based on what I've seen, though, it's probably not a game that I can see myself playing.
Yeah, it seems like more of a statement than a game. It is.
Yeah.
What I played of it, it's incredibly stressful, like you said, right? They heap new rules on you every day. You screw something up, somebody blows up or whatever. I don't know. Bad things happen.
And then you have to make enough money to keep your family alive and keep from starving, buy medicine and stuff like that. But you don't make enough from stamping paper, so you try to stamp faster, and then you screw up, and then they start fining you.
Yep,
And then that's when the story hooks start kicking in. You'll have options that people will give you to bribe you, to give you more money to let them through. And you get penalized $5 for every failure you make, but if they give you 10, okay. They give you 20, okay. We'll let you through. Oh, shit, you're a terrorist. All right, well, okay, that didn't work.
So if you're into like postal work, then maybe this is the game for you.
I mean,
if
you work in the TSA, this is probably a lot less stressful. You probably come home and relax playing this game.
This is your training simulator.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Don't bother with this game. I'm sure there's people out there, because I remember there being rave reviews for this game. Like, this was critically acclaimed, like game of the year type nomination stuff. And when I put a poll on Twitter and I said, what game should I play next, and Papers, Please was in there, and all of the votes went to Papers, Please. So I don't get it. So if you're out there saying this is a fantastic game, write in, tell us. Hit me on Twitter at POShame or at _ChaiT. Let me know why I'm wrong. You can also email us at show@poshame.com. Tell us why I am wrong, because I would like to know if I'm missing something. Maybe there was a magical make this wonderful 128-bit graphics and stuff button that I missed. I don't know. Give me more space to actually look at all the papers and stuff. Okay. All right. Now for the fun part of the show, where we're going to be a while because Steam.
A lot.
Yeah.
Let's figure out what we added to the pile. Okay. Steam sale. Ow.
Yeah, well, on the plus side, it had to end eventually.
Yes,
So
it did end. So the Steam sale is over for those of you who have missed it, and thank your wallet that you did. The report came out today that this was the most successful Steam sale they have ever had.
really,
Yes.
wow. All right.
And here's an interesting discussion point. This sale is very different than all previous summer sales have ever been. This
Yep,
year, they
it's
say,
true.
here's all the stuff that's on sale on day one, and they'll be on sale until July 4th. We're not going to do flash sales. We're not going to do daily deals. Everything is on sale. Have fun. Whereas before, you would think that it's like is a kind of marketing 101. You make stuff that you have a timed release on it. You have something that cuts off. It gives you a sense of urgency to purchase. But this goes against marketing 101 here.
But they did incentivize the discovery queue, right?
Yes.
And so how many times have you used that thing before the sale?
I used it a couple of times when it first came out, but other than that, no. But I don't know about that discovery queue. Sometimes it was
Yeah.
spot on, and then other times it was like, we're just showing you this because it's popular. I don't know.
Yeah, it did seem to do that a fair
Yeah.
amount.
Other people like it, I guess, so maybe you'll like it. No, I don't.
But still, maybe they've got a bunch of good data out of this too. So it's not just for us; it's for them.
Right.
Three times a day, most people are going through it to get
Mhm.
3 cards.
To get the
and
cards, yeah. And all
that-
of the games I bought came off of that discovery queue. So
Yeah,
It works.
exactly. Right? Yeah.
they just had to show me like 10 times as much in order for me to find it. But
Here's 6 crappy zombie games, and then okay.
yeah, here's a whole bunch of free-to-play games and early access games, and then here's an actual good one. So, what are your thoughts on the method of this sale? Did it work for you? Do you prefer it? What do you think?
I like this method a lot more because I didn't like having to check back like every 6 hours. It's more of a nuisance to me, and because of that, I ended up buying more because
Yeah.
of that too.
Yeah, that was the other thing, is there was always this flow chart that people would refer to. Is it a daily deal? If no, don't buy it. Is it a flash sale? If no, don't buy it. Is it a last day of sale? Okay, now you can buy it.
Yeah.
And so you would see something on sale, you'd be like, I want to buy it, but I'm just going to hold off. And then you wait and you wait and you wait, and you don't see it on a flash sale, or you miss it on the flash sale, which is even worse.
Yeah.
And yeah. So now it's like you have a guarantee. And when you see it, it's on sale 70% off, you're just going to get it. So
Yep. No, so I mean, it kind of worked for me as well. The discovery queue was good. It showed me stuff that I probably wouldn't have found otherwise. And I guess where I work is a literal fallout shelter, so I don't get phone reception. I can't do Steam stuff while I'm there.
Mhm.
So when they did like the flash sales and all that, it was difficult to
you had to run out and
to
break
always be there.
every few hours.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess I appreciated it. Maybe the discounts weren't as steep as they were in some of those cases, but they were there the whole time. So
Right.
I guess my only problem was I thought it ran to the end of the 4th. It didn't end
it's
like the
it's
start
at
of the.
noon central. And it stopped.
I know Cuddles had a cart full of stuff that he was going to buy, and I told him that when he was streaming that the sale was already over because it ended at noon Pacific. And he went back to look at his cart, and the cart that would have cost him like $30 ended up going up to like 134.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically the same thing that happened to me. I had a cart full of stuff, and I just was waiting, and I was too late. And actually, my cart got dumped, so I'm not even sure I'll ever find all the games I had in there.
Yeah, I
Oh,
made
well.
sure to make my purchase on Saturday just in case something happened. Like I got too busy and forgot about it. So, all right. Well, let's Totem. Let's compare what we added here. Okay, for me, a story about my uncle. Maybe we'll bounce it back and forth. I got a story about my uncle. What'd you get? Totem?
Can be anything. I started with Dead Rising 3.
Okay. Dreamfall chapters.
Starve.
Super hot.
Doom.
Oh, see, I also got that one during this sale. So
Shell Shock Live.
Watch, which I'm about 80% of the way through already, because it's a short game.
Now, I'll skip my next one so I will commiserate with you in embarrassment here. Sakura Dungeon.
Hoonie Pop, which I'm like 90% of the way through already, so I'm almost there.
Wow.
Nice.
Lots of match 3 for you.
Oh yeah.
Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13.
But Life is Strange, which I've heard
Yes.
nothing but good things about.
Yes. And it was cheap too. It was like a $2 for the whole thing. It's fantastic. Everybody's Gone to Rapture. Soma. All right. Let's see. Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Undertale.
Okay. And that's it for me. So you got one more?
One more, I bought The Vanishing of Ethan Carter.
Okay. So you got a little bit more. So how much did you drop on that sale for 11 games in your library, it looks like?
I had a couple more that were like platformers, which I didn't really count because there's really no story per se.
Right.
yeah,
But I bought about 12 or 13 games, and it was about 110.
Yeah. About 10, it was about 120. So it's not bad. Not a bad deal.
no,
Could have been a lot worse.
Yes.
Well, and certainly for the big name things like Doom, and I mean they had Just Cause 3 on sale as well. Those were still like $30 or something, but
Yeah.
certainly a lot more affordable than 60.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, the fact that Doom was already discounted that new. They had some new games, which is nice to see. It's good to see. Anything else you picked up during the sale that didn't disappear from your cart, Pete?
Yeah, actually, of course, yeah. So the very first day, I bought 9 games. So woohoo, go me.
Could have done a chain of 3 people. Okay.
Yeah. So, well, let's see. I actually got 2 more games just the other day, but Hotline Miami 2, wrong number. I've played a little bit of the first and haven't tried this one yet. Shell Shock Live, I don't even remember what that is. Oh, no,
That's
that
like
was the tank game.
Yeah, it's like the
Sorry.
tank game. Yeah. So
Okay.
we'll be playing that soon on our Tuesday night, I think.
Yeah. Black Mesa, I wanted to support those guys. That seems like a cool project. Axiom Verge, I actually already owned that elsewhere, but I wanted the soundtrack and stuff here. Let's see, Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight. I don't remember what that is,
The
but
hell?
I'm sure you'll see me streaming it at some point. Doom, and then my embarrassing game was Mega Dimension Neptunia 7 or something like that. Apparently they've moved on from Hyper Dimension to Mega Dimension, so yeah.
So yeah, the damage from my Steam sale put me up to 82.3% shame. It didn't hit me as hard as I thought it was going to. I was expecting to go up to like 90 again, but I'm back over 200 games still to complete. And Steam.
You'll get there. Gotta burn it down
Yep.
between the Steam sales.
I'm around 85% right now, so I jumped at least 10% this past week. So
Yeah, that's the
significant
beauty of
increase.
having a huge library is that adding 10 games doesn't dent you too bad. But when you've got a small library, adding 10 games will destroy your.
That's right. Yeah, that was it's probably a testament to mine that it went from like 89.3 to 89.35%. So we're in like when you're in the hundredths, that's probably bad news.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, there's another a major sale going on that we'll talk about later for Xbox One. And so I actually picked up Mirror's Edge Catalyst that we've been talking about. It's like 40% off with Xbox Live Gold. So that's a game I've put a little bit of time in that. Pretty fun so far. We'll talk about it a little bit later. Anything else you guys added?
I think that was
it
it
for
for
me.
me.
All right. Way too many games. Way too many games. All right. Well, let's see what Steam and other sources have for us currently.
Preparing to dispense product.
You already did your damage.
Your business is appreciated.
Can always damage more. Come on.
All right, so the Ultimate Game Sale is going on Xbox One right now, up through July 11th, I believe. Some of the deals require you to have gold, some don't. If you've got gold, you'll get an extra 10% on some deals as well. There will be a link in the show notes for this, and you can just search for Ultimate Game Sale Xbox One. You'll find it. So some sample deals. Doom is 30% off. Fallout 4 is 50% off. Halo 5 is also 50% off. Mirror's Edge Catalyst, 40% off. Rise of the Tomb Raider, 45% off. So these are some significant savings on newer games out for the Xbox One.
Pretty recent stuff. That's surprising, but I guess nice.
Yes. So if you've got an Xbox One, go jump on that. Also, the games with gold, the July ones are out. So for Xbox One, you can get Banner Saga 2 and Tumblestone, both of which no idea about, so at your own peril. Xbox 360, you can get Tron Evolution and Rainbow Six Vegas 2. God, Rainbow Six Vegas 2, I played that so long ago. I put so many hours in that, but that probably looks terrible now.
Well, it's probably all right, but certainly not a current gen.
Right. And you can get those on Xbox One as well. They're backwards compatible. PlayStation Plus, Fury? Food?
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's Fury.
Is it Fury?
Fury.
Okay.
I've never heard it pronounced, but I did watch the video trailers for it the other day, and I almost bought it, so it's good I didn't.
You can get it for free now. Saints Row Gat Out of Hell. I've definitely picked that one up. That one's good.
Oh my gosh, Saints Row is awesome.
Yes. Call of Juarez, Bound in Blood for the PS3, and Fat Princess for the PS3. And then for your PS Vita, you can get Orishika, Tainted Bloodlines, and Prince of Persia Revelations.
I have no idea what Orishika is.
Near to
I'm curious, but I have a Vita, so guess what?
You're downloading it. So a link will be in the show notes as well, but you can just hop onto your system of choice and go to your PS Plus free games section. Get that. Humble Bundle has a PC and Android bundle out. I don't know any of these games at all, so I'm not going to bother going through them because I'll just butcher the pronunciation. You can, if you want a game on the go and not with Pokemon for some reason, maybe it's down still. I don't know. You can check it out at humblebundle.com. Oh, so yeah, Fury, whatever. I'll probably download that. Then yeah, the Xbox One ones I don't care too much about. Let's see.
Well, Mirror's Edge, yeah, I'm gonna have to jump on the Catalyst bandwagon here because I've been excited for this one, but
I didn't even know it came out. Like we kept talking about it, but I didn't actually mentally note down what date it came out. It came out last month, and I was like, oh, whoops.
Yep. Yeah, well, it's obviously we've been a little busy.
You're right. That's true. All right. Well, Totem, what's on your pile right now that you're shipping at?
So I've been working on my playthrough for Wolfenstein New Order. I got to finish up Firewatch, which will probably just be like one more stream night since, that is a relatively short game.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm going to start my playthrough for, South Park The Stick of Truth, and then I'll probably hit up Doom after that, so I got quite a bit on my plate right now.
All right. Pete, what do you got?
Well, so I guess last night actually this is one that I forgot to mention I got. It's called Devil Daggers. I just started playing through that. I don't know, have either of you guys watched videos of that?
No, I haven't seen that. What's that about?
It's sort of like, I don't know, it looks like definitely retro graphics, more like Quake era sort of thing.
Okay.
But it's just like arena combat with all these different enemies that spawn in and just last as long as you can sort of deal.
Okay.
It's entertaining, and I will be playing more of it, even though the longest I've lasted is 75 seconds. So you'll see a lot of dying. And aside from that, I'm going to have to pick something from this recent sale. Maybe I'll play through some of Black Mesa.
Okay. And just noting, what are you doing on Wednesdays now?
Whatever Wednesdays. So theoretically, 7 to 9, I'll play whatever I feel like.
7 to 9 Pacific, right?
Oh, Pacific time. Yes, sorry. This is an international community.
Yes.
They need to know.
So you can join Pete at twitch.tv/poshame every Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. We'll try to tweet if there's a delay on that. And join him for kind of random ass games. And
I have a few games,
just
so the randomness can be significant.
I'm going to try to start streaming on Mondays as well. So,
All right.
Since my other podcast that records on Mondays is no longer active, so we'll be picking that up.
You're free.
Yes. So what I've been working on, unfortunately, I've been working on a couple of console games, which the console ones don't really translate too well to a stream. I've been playing Last of Us on the PS4 and Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I put a little bit of time into that, maybe about half an hour. So far, pretty good. I'm liking it. And it's the first EA game I've bought since, oh, God.
It's been that long.
Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO. So whenever that came out, that was the last EA one I've purchased. Not a big fan of EA, but for Mirror's Edge, I'll break my pact against them, I guess.
All right.
I did put in some time on Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Not a fan. So I don't know if I'll go back to that. I may need to just give it a little bit more.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
I've only played a little bit as well, but
Yeah, it's not an easy game. I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting, I guess, more of an on-rails shooter. Like go point A, point B. I didn't realize that was going to be an open world type system.
no, it's Far Cry, but with neon colors and what's his name, dude from Terminator and Aliens.
I'm excited that in Watch Dogs 2, Ubisoft announced they're going away finally from this whole tower system that they've had since Assassin's Creed. So,
Oh, really?
Where you go out on the map and you go to the tower and then you open up all of the different things around that tower and you go to the next tower, clear them out. They're moving away from that. So that's been a staple of Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, Far Cry, etc. All the Ubisoft games pretty much have been like that.
Right, yeah.
So
That people were actually looking forward to Watch Dogs too.
yes, this actually got me excited for Watch Dogs 2 because I liked the original Watch Dogs, but yeah, it was way too similar to Assassin's Creed. So the fact that they're moving away from this makes me go, oh, maybe I'll actually take a look at this now. So that should be fun.
It'll be interesting.
Yes. Okay, well, if you'd like to game with us, you can find links to all of our different gaming profiles and more in the show notes of each episode at poshame.com. You can join me. I will be playing Overwatch a lot still in competitive. You can check me out on Battletag ChaiT pound 1806. Pete, what you got?
Well, I would tell you, but unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, I can't. No, I play Overwatch sometimes. If you want to join me, the other accounts are on the show notes. But my name is DZFO pounds 1224. If you want to see somebody really bad at Overwatch,
You're getting better. You're doing better. And Totem?
Yeah, obviously Overwatch has been my staple game lately. So you can come try her with me in Overwatch at Totally Drunk pound 1819, or I've been playing a lot of golf with your friends on Steam.
Oh, I
which
also
I
picked that up on Steam as well.
horrible at it, but it is very fun, and you control people a lot in that game.
Oh,
so
knocking their ball
yeah,
around
hit me up on Steam. Yeah,
is it
It's a
like
good
mini
Yeah,
mini
it's
golf,
mini golf,
or what
yeah.
is?
it's mini
Okay.
golf.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll have to get in on that, Totem. All right, well, to get in contact with the show, you can email us at show@poshame.com. All right, Pete, how can everyone best reach us?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Rob is at _ChaiT. That's CHAITHI. Pete is at Fighting Viper. Totem is at Totemly Drunk CTR. And you can follow the show at POShame.
All right, guys, conquer the pile. Don't quit. We're going to be back in a couple of weeks with more games to add to the pile. Until then, don't get smothered by your pile of shame. Good night.
I rolled a 20.